Okay, welcome back. Welcome to Laksha Academy YouTube channel. Good evening to one and all. Okay, and this is the fifth part of digestion and absorption. In this part, okay, I will focus on peristalsis. Okay, our topic of discussion is peristalsis. Okay, you are familiar with the term peristalsis. Okay, you have learnt in earlier classes also. Okay, in our school level as well as in intermediate first year. Okay, how peristalsis takes place in our along the elementary canal. Okay, that we will discuss here. Okay, peristalsis involves contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles of the wall of the gut. Okay, we have already learned histology of elementary canal or gut. In the wall of the elementary canal, there are four layers. Outer serosa. Okay, below that there is muscular externa followed by submucosa and the innermost layer is mucosa. Okay, in the submucosa, okay, there are muscularis externa, there are muscles, smooth muscles. Okay, those muscles contract and relax. The peristalsis involves contraction and relaxation of smooth muscles of the wall of the gut. That because of contraction and relaxation, that would result in a successive wave-like movements throughout the gut. Okay, that successive wave-like movements throughout the gut, that is called as peristalsis. Okay, you can observe here. Okay, peristalsis you can observe here. Here there is a contraction of muscles. Okay, taking place took place here, and here relaxation of muscles okay, happened. Okay, as a result, the food is the bolus. Okay, it is the esophagus. Okay, the bolus is propelled. That means it is moving forward because of this peristalsis. What is meant by propulsion? Here you can observe it causes this peristalsis causes propulsion of food through different parts of the gut. It causes propulsion of food. What is meant by propulsion? Okay, what is meant by propulsion? The word propulsion is derived from two Latin words. Pro means before or forward, and pellere means to drive. Okay, propulsion means to push forward or to drive forward an object. Okay, to drive an object forward. Okay, here what is driving forward? The food bolus is driving forward. Okay, that is the meaning of the word propulsion. Propulsion means to push forward, to drive an object forward. Okay, it causes propulsion of food through different parts of the gut. When food is passing through the different parts of the gut, for example, you are traveling by a train. Okay, you are traveling from Guntur or Vijayawada to Jammu Kashmir. Okay, when you are traveling by a train, okay, through different states, your body is exposed to different climatic conditions. Similarly, when okay, bolus is traveling, passing through the alimentary canal, it is going to okay. When you are traveling by train, you go to different cities. Okay, like that, when the bolus is passing through the esophagus, okay, it first goes to stomach, then it becomes as a chyme, then it goes to duodenum. Okay, that means the food is passing through the different parts of the alimentary canal. When it is passing through the different parts of the alimentary canal, when you are passing through different states, your body is exposed to different climatic conditions. Like this, bolus is also exposed to different enzymes. When it goes to stomach, it is exposed to gastric. When it goes to duodenum, it is exposed to bile juice, pancreatic juice, and intestinal juice. Okay, like that, the peristalsis causing the propulsion of food, and because of peristalsis, the food is exposed to okay enzymatic efficient enzymatic action. The bolus of the food formed in the buccal cavity, and can we already discussed in the buccal cavity digestion for buccal cavity how bolus is formed. The bolus of the food formed in the buccal cavity conveyed, transported to the next part. What is that? Pharynx. And then it is transported to esophagus by a process called swallowing or deglutition. Okay, you can observe here peristalsis, contraction and relaxation of longitudinal circular muscles. It is causing a successive wave-like movement of gut. That successive wave-like movement of gut is called as peristalsis. Because of peristalsis, the food is propelled. Okay, that means propulsion of food takes place, and also action of enzymes takes place, and also mechanical digestion also takes place because of, okay, peristalsis. The significance of peristalsis is it can move the food forward, and when is food is going forward, it is exposed to different types of enzyme, and mechanical digestion also takes place because of peristalsis. Where does this peristalsis start? Where is it initiated? Okay, observe here. This is the pharynx. Okay, pharynx, otherwise commonly called throat. Okay, in the when you swallow the food from the pharynx, throat, it enters into the esophagus. Okay, peristalsis starts from esophagus and continues up to rectum. Okay, peristalsis is initiated in, okay, esophagus. Okay, then because of peristalsis, the food comes to stomach, where powerful peristalsis take place. There is a additional layer of muscle, oblique muscle also present in the muscular section of the stomach. There powerful peristalsis takes place. Then food goes to intestine, where slow peristalsis takes place, and finally the food goes to rectum. Okay, in this, because of peristalsis here, okay, peristalsis starting from esophagus and it is continued up to rectum. Okay, the bolus further passes down through the esophagus by successive waves of muscular contractions called peristalsis. Okay, usually peristaltic movements are initiated from, okay, as I told you here, peristaltic movements are initiated from esophagus and they are continued up to rectum. Okay, peristalsis is initiated from esophagus and it is continued up to rectum. However, the sphincters associated with the gut regulate the passage of food through different parts of the gut. Okay, when food is going from esophagus to stomach, there is to stop that movement of food. There is one sphincter between esophagus and stomach. Okay, now I will show you what are the different sphincters that are present along the alimentary canal. Okay, here is a list of sphincter. There is esophageal sphincter. Look at the beginning of the esophagus. There is a gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Okay, between esophagus and cardiac stomach. There is a pyloric sphincter between pyloric stomach and duodenum. Okay, next one, sphincter of Oddi at the opening of hepatopancreatic duct into the lumen of duodenum. Ileocecal valve, okay, between ileum and cecum, and internal anal sphincter, okay, at the anus, and external anal sphincter. These are the different sphincters which are present along the alimentary canal. Okay, these sphincters also, okay, regulate the passage of food through different parts of the gut. Okay, we move forward. Here you can observe peristalsis in esophagus, and here you learnt in earlier classes one experiment where you take a cycle tube and then you take a potato, you apply oil on it, and then when you keep that potato in the cycle tube and if you press it is moving like a, okay, you can compare this here the potato is compared with the bolus and cycle tube is compared with the esophagus. Okay, we apply like a mucus. Okay, bolus moves smoothly with the help of mucus. Like we apply on the potato, we apply oil. Okay, that oil is oil layer over the potato, nothing but like a mucus. Okay, this because of that oil, it moves smoothly in the cycle tube. Okay, here you can observe peristalsis in esophagus. Okay, next one, peristaltic movements of the stomach. Okay, churning movements are powerful that can, okay, that so powerful that they can cause mechanical digestion. I told you earlier mechanical digestion occurs, okay, digestion includes mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Okay, mechanical digestion occurs in our buccal cavity also. Mechanical digestion is also occurring in our stomach. Okay, here what is helping in mechanic peristaltic movements of the stomach are so powerful. Powerful peristalsis occurs in stomach. Okay, because of that, they can cause mechanical digestion. Okay, peristaltic movements of the intestine are slow. Okay, peristaltic movements of intestine are slow. Powerful peristaltic movements occur in stomach. Stimulation from the parasympathetic nervous system increases the peristaltic movements of the gut. Okay, central nervous system and our nervous system is broadly divided into central nervous CNS and PNM. PNS is divided to SNS and ANS, somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Autonomic nervous system or autonomous nervous system is again subdivided into sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic nervous system inhibits or it decreases peristalsis, whereas parasympathetic nervous system increases peristaltic movements of the gut and also relaxes sphincters made by smooth muscles. I told you, okay, there are different types of there are different sphincters are here. Okay, the relaxation of these sphincters also takes place because of stimulation from parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, peristalsis in terms of stomach. Okay, as I told you here, powerful peristalsis occurs. As a result of it, chyme is formed here. And this is the sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system decreases peristalsis, whereas parasympathetic nervous system increases peristalsis. Sympathetic nervous system, contracts sphincters, whereas parasympathetic nervous system relaxes sphincters. Okay, you can observe here parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. Parasympathetic nervous system, what is it doing here? Okay, this is the gut. It stimulates peristalsis and secretion of various juices, whereas sympathetic nervous system inhibits peristalsis and secretion of various digestive juices. Okay, parasympathetic nervous system stimulates peristalsis, whereas sympathetic nervous system inhibits peristalsis and secretion of enzyme. Okay, that's the end of part 15. Okay, in this part we focused on peristalsis. Okay, in the coming part, in the 16th part, okay, you will learn about absorption of food.